What it is, you guys, it is Yo Girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Draw My Life prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all face to black. Yeah, it's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, coming through on the 16th, I am so glad I was able to get off of work early so that I could come walk and get my little walk in because of that time change. I haven't been able to walk because it gets dark by the time I get home from work. But anyways, on my way into work, I seen that Mr. Willie D was live, for real live. And oh my goodness, I wish I could have tuned in, but I was just about to hit that clock. Now, if y'all don't know who Mr. Willie D is, he is from the iconic group, the Ghetto Boys. Yes. Back in the 90s when hip hop was for real. Oh my goodness. I have a song, well, I don't know if it's a poem or a song about hip hop. Hip hop was an art form that we had, black people. It was created by black people, right? And it was a way that we expressed ourselves. And if you go back to the roots of hip hop, it was actually positive. It was actually like cautionary tales. It was actually trying to lead people, youth, in the right direction. Just go back and listen to Slick Rick. Like, what was that about? That was basically cautioning you, telling you don't go this way, don't do this, don't do that. And I believe somewhere in the mix, people realized that hip hop was making money, and anything that starts making money soon gets exploited. So before I get into my video for today, responding to, well, just some thoughts I thought about the video that Mr. Willie D put out today, I want to do my ode to hip hop rap slash poem. I don't even know which one it is. Hip hop, hooray, ho, hey, ho. Hip hop was in the streets, not industry. It was raw, rough, rugged, it was gritty. Hip hop shed light on things that wasn't mainstream, but not every picture that it painted was pretty. Hip hop was an expression of things that we've been suppressing, and now we the people finally had a voice. Music is so powerful, but we don't tap into that no more. And now the same art form we created now exploits us. Yes. Y'all want to know the reason why music, media has a lot to do with what's going on in our society. Though people do not want to admit it, majority of the youth are being influenced by media. Yes. And music is definitely a part of media. I went out there in the mid 2000s pursuing a rap career, but I was going to be a positive rapper. People that I looked up to, one of my biggest persons I looked up to was Miss Queen Latifah. And I looked up to those that use music as a way to shed light on situations that were happening, how to address. It was like, when hip hop came out, it was like we finally had a freaking voice, like I said in the poem. And we could finally address some issues that's happening in our hoods that nobody would ever listen to, because basically black people always cry wolf is what they believe and what they portray. But we've been saying there's some things going on in our communities, how they coming in and running through the hoods with tanks and stuff. Y'all remember Mr. Ice Cube and NWA was telling y'all that, showing y'all that. Y'all never would have knew that had they not brought that to the forefront. So they realized music was powerful, and it has power. It's still powerful, right? But they want to make sure that power is always used in a negative way. They don't want that power to be used to uplift our communities so that we can get our communities in order. We can start coming up. Your crime can stop going down. And that's just not what they want. They don't want that. They want, without crime, could you continue mass incarceration without crime? Mass incarceration, that's a lot of money. Do y'all know your tax dollars are being spent incarcerating people? And they could be better spent on rehab. They could be better spent on education, because it's better to educate before incarcerate. See, they don't want to address those issues. And just like Mr. Willie did, I love him, I love him, I love him. If you ever watch some, girl, if he ever watch anything that I ever put out, just, ooh, he got to know how much I love him. So this man actually is speaking the truth. He's saying what nobody will open their mouth and say. I say it, but then people call me, think that I'm just either embellishing or I'm making excuses or I'm delusional. No, baby, this is really going on. Have you ever wondered why so much of hip-hop music is negative now? Because I've been there. They're not allowing anybody with a positive message to come into hip-hop. They know that kids are influenced by what they see, more than even their parents. Let me tell you a little story. There was this one song by P.D. Pablo. I did not like that song because I did not want my daughter singing that song. It was that song, "How you like it, daddy? How you like it? You want it from the front? You want it from the back? What the heck is that?" Try to figure out what the heck that is. Those little smoke lines in the sky. But every time that song would come on, and it was another one, it was Rihanna Cake, that K. Okay, not necessarily I didn't like those songs, but I always like music with a purpose and with meaning. Like, I like soul music. I like hip hop that actually touches you. So I never really liked all that superficial drug and sex money bull crap. That never touched me like that. Yeah, I done listen to Trick Daddy and Trina. Yeah, I done listen to Lil Kim and stuff, but that stuff don't really do nothing for the soul. But I did not approve of my daughter listening to those songs. And whenever she was with me, I would turn that off. If the radio played it, I would turn the song down as I'm riding in the car until something more appropriate ended up coming on. Do you know my daughter still knew that song word for word, no matter what I did? She still knew that song word for word. And I remember one time she went to my mama and the song came on, "How You Like It, Daddy?" And my daughter, Money, went up to my mama and started singing and dancing with her, saying, "Come on, Grandma, sing How You Like It, Daddy." And I was like, "Money, I told you that's a bad song. I don't want you listening to that song." But you know what? No matter what now maybe she would have known that Mom does not condone that song, but I couldn't stop her from hearing it. That message was going to reach her no matter what. And I believe it's even worse now because kids have the internet. The internet was out then, but not every child was walking around with the cell phone. And Money had one of them little government phones that she was embarrassed to go to school with. So that solved that. Girl, Money was so embarrassed to take that phone. I was like, you only need to put it in your backpack for just a case of an emergency and I need to get in touch with you. That girl didn't want to be seen, caught. If she had touched that government phone, it was like it was going to put cooties all over her. But I said all that to say kids are influenced by music, by industry, by more so now reality shows and reality hoes and all type of anything goes that's online and everything. Girl, I be rapping and don't be trying. But you better believe that kids are influenced by it. And they know that. See, one thing about music too, music reaches the subconscious. It don't necessarily have to deal with your conscious mind. So it's by it being able to reach your subconscious, it's able to give you messages that you wouldn't necessarily accept. And they know that. Why do you think our music is full of sex, drugs, and anything that will bring our communities down. And they market it to us. Does any of that make sense? You know, and if you are a positive rapper, baby, your music is not finna see the light of day. They would always tell me when I would say it's hard for a female to make it in music, you basically have to sleep with people or you have to downgrade yourself so much. Hold on. Look at that sky. I'm so glad to be off of work, side note, and be able to watch the sunset. But literally, if you're a female trying to make it in the industry, you have to do those certain things, or you're not going to come into that industry. And people would swear me down that I was lying, that wasn't the truth, but that's all that they want from a female. And that's really the reason I walked away from rap. Shortly after I turned 30 something, I knew I was not finna bend my standards. I was not finna lower my standards. I was not finna sleep with nobody. I wasn't finna none of that stuff. I wasn't gonna exploit my body. I wasn't gonna do any of those things just to make it off my talent. I'm freaking talented. So you mean with my talent ain't enough? I got to exploit my body too? And teach other young women to exploit their bodies to get what they need? Baby, leave me out of that. But for every female that said no, like me, there's a female willing to do it. There is a female willing to do it. And just like every male rapper that is not willing to put out those bad stereotypical messages, there's one that's willing to do it, and they will find that one and they will pay that one, and they will put that message out to the community. So they gonna find somebody to do it. But that's why a lot of the music is so bad, and it's influencing a lot of the things that are happening in our communities. Also, a lot of things that are bringing our communities down is we're being held down and held back. Like, it's being in a race where the race started and they made every black person wait until everyone else got halfway around the race and then said, we can go. And we can't catch up. We can't catch up. We are far behind in this game. We don't have the resources that others have, and they tell us to go pull yourself up by your bootstraps and go get it. Baby, some of us will go get it. Baby, if it's there, I will go get it. I ain't scared of hard work. I ain't scared of, girl, if you know me, you know I ain't scared of hard work. If I got to get a degree to go do this, baby, I'm going to get that degree. If I got to get a certificate, I'm going to get that certificate. If I got to work 2 and 3 jobs, I'm going to work 2 and 3 jobs. I will get it if it's a possibility of me getting it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of us out there doing the right thing. A whole hell of a lot of us. I'm a good, strong black woman. I was raised by a good, strong black woman. And get this, I had a good, strong black father in my life. All of our men are not deadbeats. All of our men are not running from their responsibilities. All of our men are not out there robbing people. But the one thing is, when we do right, they want to single us out and say that's just one. But when one does wrong, they want to group us all together and say that's what them black people do. So a lot of the things that's going on is, yeah, we could take some blame. Well, I can't take no blame because I ain't out there doing none of that. And I ain't taking your blame because I tried to help fix the situation. I ain't taking no blame for none of that. I'm not killing nobody. I'm not robbing nobody. I ain't doing none of that. So I will not take the blame for that. But there are some out there doing it. But it ain't got ish to do with me because I ain't doing it. Did you put all over the media when I, as a single mother, graduated? Did you put all out in the media when I had to work 2 jobs because my husband was wrongfully convicted and taken away from his family? The one that actually tried to be with his family and raise his kids. You took them away. Did you put that out in the media, that I was able to be 2 parents when I was only supposed to be 1? Did you put in the media that me and my daughter went to college together? And she about to graduate. I done graduated at age 39. Did y'all put that in the media? That's amazing. Did you put in the media that my mother, after raising 5 kids, went back to school in her late 40s, graduated with her master's at 53, and was going in for her doctorate before a botched kidney stone removal took her away from this planet? Did y'all put that in the media? Did you put any of them in the media that my father been there from birth and raised all 5 of his children and not being on child support? Did y'all put that in the media? All of those could have been epic headlines, but you ain't put that in the media because you don't want that out. You don't want that out, that some of us are doing the right thing, right? So in the live, he was talking about, I ain't even gonna say nobody's name, but y'all already know, is suggesting that dealers get the death penalty. Like, and you know what? This is something that I'm sure everybody is gonna go vote for. Yes, yes, that's perfect. Yes, that's what they should do. Yes, that's the answer. But I gotta put my 2 cents in there. The system that we already have is not fair and just. So you mean to tell me now you want to up the ante? They are already sentencing us to 3 to 4 times more time in prison for the same crime. But because it was committed by a black person, you deserve 3 to 4 times more? They're already killing us through life sentences and through all of that. So now you want to give them the ability to kill us physically. They're not just. They're not just. But now you want to give them more. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. I just don't. Sometimes it makes me want to quit my, most time, it makes me want to just quit my quest for justice. There's no justice in this land. Ain't no justice in this land. They give you a half truth. They manipulate the truth. A black man is not going to get no fair trial in this country. And that's just what it is. The only fairest trial a black man going to get, you got to come up with money. That means you're paying for that fair trial. Anything fair, you don't have to pay for. So I am glad that Willie D is strong enough and has the platform enough and has the balls enough to actually tell the truth about what it is. All right, I'm about to go. It's getting dark. See ya, girl, Cadillac.